This is all in all the time. We're just a hair over 100 bigs deep. Queen? When we're like 100 and like close to 120 big blinds effective, I don't think this is ever a flat against 22. So we can go to, I don't know, like 50 is probably just decent size here. That's top set. That's awesome. So like this is a board where we probably want to go somewhere between like a quarter and 10% pot. I'm gonna go for the 10%. And I'm betting my full range here. This is just a great board. Gonna go ahead and continue with quite a few bets. We unblock Ace X Club Club, which is amazing. There's Jack X Club Club, you know, Queen 10 Club Club, like all that stuff. I think we can size up quite a bit here. And like obviously if he has a Gutshot or if he just has like pocket 10s that floated that, like there's no real size that I can get from that unless I'm willing to go like 10% pot again, which I don't think is the best way to go. Oh, I don't know, we can pop back over here. Spot against Amicus. I'm actually gonna check my ace twice. This is a board I like to have a lot of big bets on, or at least on the flop. Turn, you kind of got to tone it down a bit if you check flop. A nice spot to just go for like a 3/4 pot size bet. He's going to have very few aces or better in his range, so my kicker doesn't actually matter that much. Joy Boy, you've been looking for legit online poker. I mean, you got it right here, 888 Poker. But if you are in the US, then depends where you live. Okay, so I mean, Meek's repping like a King 10, maybe like a 10-6 type hand. Some Queen Jacks, I guess. Having a 10 here in my hand is just like brilliant. There's not like a huge difference in like the value of the hands between like this and like King 10, but just like having that in hand would be amazing. I think I'll go for the fold to the overbet raise of the brand new $50,000 challenge we're doing right here on this stream. If you guys haven't seen the announcement video, if you haven't seen you know, gotten the details, I'd encourage you guys to type in !challenge into the chat and then from there. I'm gonna start with a small bet here against Kinguini. He's playing so wide. And now the question is, do I keep going for value or do I just like check and see if he'll just like bet weird spazzy things? Because I know he's floating like way too wide in this flop. And I think the answer is check. My hand is by far good enough to be going for more value. I mean, hey, pairs of jacks or full houses are great. And yeah, now the play is just, you know, check and hope he just starts betting his like, you know, Queen 10s or missed hearts or something. The ace on the river is obviously crummy, but there's like, it's 0% fold here to any sort of bet on the river unless maybe he just like goes all in or something. And yeah, there's the 10-6, perfect. I was hoping to get a bet out of that kind of thing on turn, but I completely get why he didn't, because, you know, there's the flush draw, semi-bluffing the flush draw isn't that attractive when there's 3 of a kind on board. Okay, so like against a tight range, or like against a normal range, you kind of got to hold back on this board a little bit. Against the range of a guy who's just like playing way too many hands, you don't really need to. I think I'm happy going check on the flush card on turn. Queen's an uneventful river. He goes for the quick check on river. I think we have to value bet. Just like toss out half pot. And I mean, getting check raised here would be pretty nasty. Do I give credit if he check raises? All right, well, it's a non-issue. He goes for the call. We are good and win a nice pot. He called with the pocket fives. Pocket fives is actually like a really nice hand for him to check raise on flop. Could have put me in a bit of a nasty spot if he check raised that and then just like barreled off. But I'm happy he didn't. And I am free to do a lot of options here. I'm actually going to go flat. Great board. Luke, if you check raise with fives and triple off, why is that better than doing the same thing with Queen 7 offsuit? Okay, so the board was like Ace 6 4 with 2 spades. He had pocket fives with a spade. I think I should bet this nearly all time for a small size. And we're gonna get check raise here sometimes. And I mean, with a hand like queens, you know, if he just has better, he's gonna win a big pot. If he doesn't, well then, you know, it might be good for me. Okay, so on the Ace 6 4 with 2 spades, the pocket fives. Do we shove here? I think we do. I think we do shove. Sorry. I'll finish answering that question in a moment. As 119 in the middle already is like 192 total. Yeah, no, I think we just go with this. He can be check raising some worse for value, and he can just be check raising like a variety of bluffs as well. There's bluff. Can we hold? Yes, we can. Let's go. All right, if we pop over here, got a 3-bet with jacks. If we pop over here, got a 3-bet with ace 10. Naturally, the jacks gets no action, and the ace 10 does. Up against Jack Moore here. He's been here for 20 hands, played nearly half of them. I mean, you're literally never supposed to have a call range in this spot, so, you know, your guess is as good as mine as to what he's holding. I don't think I mind going for a check here. Ooh, that's a spicy one on turn. Brennan's, how you doing? Easy call, not raise. Now there's 4 to a straight. Is it way too nitty to just check back here? By the way, we're all in against Jay Walsh. Might be winning the flip. Hey, we win the flip. This, I don't know, this seems nitty to me, but I'm gonna go for a check back. Looks like not missing out on anything. But it is a spot where, like, I don't know, it could get called by like other top pairs. But the thing is, like, I have no idea like how many aces he's playing, if he's having traps there or anything like that. So actually up against the exact same guy, and okay, hold on, two pots going on. This is gonna start with half pot, and I'm gonna slide over here where I've just flopped. He folded. I just flopped a full house against Cherry in a 3-bet pot. I'm gonna start off with the standard 1/3 and hope he's not insta folding, because turns out flopping full houses is good. All right, Cherry coming along. I don't think we ever check back pocket aces. I think checking this back once in a while is fine. We actually get a 9 roll. Okay, sure. A little bit of a slow play on turn. So this gives Cherry the opportunity to bluff some stuff on river. It also gives him the opportunity to improve on some rivers. Like, obviously it's not happening on this deuce, but, you know, if he has some queen jacks, he can hit some river straights. If he has a flush draw, he can hit some river flushes, and then we just get a massive pot out of those. I think 3/4 is okay. Like, this is not a spot I'm ever going to be value betting like an ace 9. So if my value range is like quite good aces or better, then I don't think I need to size down that much. And he's probably not going to have the most slow plays with kings here, but like this time I'm very obviously hoping he does. I think we can call this sometimes. I am going to call this time. And it, like, sometimes it gets complicated with Jay Walsh there, but Jay Walsh goes for the fold. I flop a set. This is like the least complicated spot you can get into. Villain's going to range bet here. I don't think I should do much raising. I'm much more inclined to call here when the pot is already this big. Plus, this is not a good board for me at all. It's a great one for him. That's why he gets to range bet. So 101 in the middle, 150 behind. Going all in here sometimes is probably a reasonable option, but I'm going to say it's probably pretty rare. I think I'm just going to... Well, no, I think I'm just going to ship. I think the 7 is ship. If I want to slow play stuff, I mean, I got like some king queens. I have just like king x, diamond, like all that stuff. Have sets of queens here once in a while. I should slow play that more often too. But like with a hand like this, just like kind of unblocking everything that can touch these 2 high cards, I think I'm happy doing this. Get the call, that's ace king. He improves on the river, but it's not good enough. He can check call flop. And then big that turn. Okay, 10-9, middle pair, just facing small. We have a club, we have backdoor straight draw as well. You know, very nice. Kind of nice. Seems like a really easy call spot. We get 2 pair. I don't think this turn card is going to give my overall range like any sort of an advantage, so I think the play is just keep checking. He checks back really quickly. That's annoying. I mean, okay, here's the thing. He has... I think I should check this. Like, checking back an ace on this texture is, like, I think that makes a lot of sense. So, he's going to have some top pairs, and, like, if I bet the river, he's going to call with top pair, and that's great, but he's also going to bet when checks, too. I block some of his checkbacks with having a 10 here. He can have, like, trips, I guess. And, yeah, then the play is just, like, I don't know, like, pot-size check raise here. I'm repping things that are better than an ace. Let's go with that. Yes, snap called. I imagine we just got called by a 9 there. Because, like, what else really snaps? I guess, like, ace 8 might snap. King 9. Okay, yeah, so just had a 9. I'm going to slide us over to this table where I am shoving my 2 jacks pre for 100 bigs up against the button. We are in a rough spot here. Need a jack on the river? Well, that's not the jack. Okay, back here, and I think I actually have a nice overbet spot with the 10-9, and I think we can even go bigger than the 133 here. Let's go like something like 175 pot. I think that's kind of cool. I'm basically representing a jack. I am choosing a size that is going to be a real pain in the ass when my opponent has an ace. And this is a spot where I don't think you get to bluff, like, you know, every single misdraw and high card hand you have, like all that stuff, but I do think this is a pretty reasonable one right here. Racked up, how you doing? Lord Gaiman, what's up? Money Method's good to see you. He goes for the call. He goes for the call with kings, and yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. It's basically a spot where, like, the value of his pair doesn't really matter because I'm repping trips or a bluff. I can slide over here to where I flopped a flush draw against cherry. I think I should bet this one quite often and go for like a half pot size. It's probably quite good. If he check raises, just do a lot of calling unless he does something ridiculous with the size. That's not ridiculous with the size, so yeah, just click call. We also have like a bit of backdoor straight stuff going on with our deuce here. It's not worth much, but it is worth a little. Okay, so the 6 pairs, there's the possibility of just like full houses or even quads on board, so our flush draw is going to diminish a little bit. We'll see what he does on turn. And okay, so he just goes for the medium bet, which, like, I think our play is just click call here. There are some sizes that he can start to take where we actually just have to fold out like a low flush draw like this, but I don't think 35 is enough. Yeah, so click call. And so the 7 comes in. The 7 is a little connected, you know, connects with like my 4-5s. Connects with his 4-5s if he has them. I think this is kind of going to be like pretty straightforward on my part. If he bets at all, I don't think this is a reasonable like rebluff or anything. So like if he bets, I'm just gonna fold. If he checks, I'm not gonna bluff ace high flush draws. I'm not gonna have miss straight draws. Yeah, just like lowest flush draws, just like all in always. And like this is a spot I'm even gonna hesitate to value bet a bad queen because like against his check raise plus bet range, it's just rough. So the only play is all in. And all right, can I not lose an all in jacks versus queens and then get bluff caught and then get bluff caught again? Because that sucks. But apparently no, I can't avoid that. Cherry is going to win that one with the ace queen, which is just 100% standard call. Luke, I don't understand your question here with regards to equity. We got ourselves a 3-bet. Equity higher equal with 1 diamond in hand, 3 on flop, or two in hand, 1 on the flop. I mean, it depends on what exactly you're holding. Like if you have a really high one or high 2 or whatever. What do we want to do here against Cherry? Get like a mid roll, which I think is going to have us going for big bet. If he shoves here, which like he should shove sometimes, we just need to make a call. The hand just, I don't know, has too much equity unless we're specifically up against something absolutely nutty. And yeah, has to be the call. We got a bit of backdoor stuff going on, and we do not hold against 5s. I mean, why did I say we do not hold? We weren't ahead. Oh, man. What are we down? Like 3 stacks in the last... 3-4 stacks in like the last 15 minutes? That is no fun at all. When Dobry goes to 22, we actually do end up folding the 3s a lot. I don't think we pure fold them. I think we pure fold them once it starts going to 24. We actually got like a reasonably high roll here, so okay, we'll go ahead and see a flop. This is, I mean, as far as flops go for pocket 3s, this is not the worst. And we have the backdoor heart. Oh, he goes pot. That's actually kind of tough. Like I think 3s are supposed to call here between like the actual pair and the backdoors. Like I'd kind of rather have 3s here than just have 7s. Okay. I can't imagine this isn't an indifferent hand. And he's gonna follow it up with shove turns, and now we're just forced into a call here. Because pair plus gutter is okay. Yeah, and again, like this is the exact reason I prefer something over 3s over something like 7s or 8s here, because we can actually pick up equity. All right, flick it in. We are ahead and we hold. Let's go. All right, good news, guys. The good news, we're not losing every single pot. We are losing every single pot against Cherry. Cherry, that's very rude of you. But we're not losing every single pot. What I do care is about the fact that like I'm making it $8 and we actually have 4 other players behind that have the ability to go for the limp or go for the cold 4-bet. And then of course he has the ability to go for the limp re-raise. This is all in all the time. We're just a hair over 100 bigs deep. Queen? One time? I mean, I said it. I wasn't expecting it, though. Oh, Samikas. My friend, I'm sorry. The table insta breaks. Okay. All right. Okay, so ace queen going for the 3-bet up against no fold. Kinguini decides to go for the call as well. I don't think I've really seen Kinguini take this line before, but because he's never 3-betting, I assume he's never 4-betting. I mean, he might just literally have aces here. We block that combo, which is nice. I'm just going to start going for value. I think this is okay. I am going to assume we're not running into too many flushes. Mainly because with the ace and king out there, I mean, he needs to have either like suited Broadway or be cold calling with some sort of suited connector, which I don't think he does the connectors all that much. It's hard to get value out of a lot, though. I'm going to go for a check. This gives him the opportunity to bluff. Honestly, I'm not really sure what. It's a little bit hard to... It's a little bit hard simply because I don't know what types of hands he's actually cold calling here. And he goes half pot. Like, he half pots like mad when checked too. It's really tempting to just ship it here, but this is thin. Yeah, this seems thin. There's only 75 behind, so like it's not insane, but yeah, it's 10-8, okay. So like when he has 10-8, obviously we're losing to it. But if he has a hand like 10-8, then he's going to have a whole bunch of other garbage, and I still think I'm pretty happy with that check raise. If he shows up with something that, you know, isn't garbage pre-flop, you know, if he shows up with something like kings, then I feel like my raise might be a little punty, because then we can't assume that his range is super wide. Because the only evidence that we have, the only thing that we see is that he showed up with like a really strong hand, and if his range is really strong, then questionable. But if he has a little punty hand like that, then I think I'm perfectly fine with it. Okay, that's pretty fun. So, I mean, I'm going to start off with a bet here. I bet quite aggressively against jerks, and we're just still going to use small sides because I think small sides is just like mostly appropriate here. Turn medium seems okay. All right, well, I don't think he's going to have a straight flush. I'm going to bet here, like, I'm just going to toss out medium, and, like, frankly, if I get raised, I'm going to consider folding. There are a few flush, there's a few full houses he can have. I don't think he ever has the flush draw, or the straight flush, sorry. But, I mean, there's, like, 8-9 offsuits in his range. There's, like, queen eights. I don't think there should be any pocket nines, because there's pocket eights, pocket threes. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Maybe he bluffs there once in a while. I don't think he does it nearly enough. Oh, Ramick, no. I mean, nobody protects check back range as well at low stakes. This is a nice small c-bet spot with the ace-8. We got ace high, we got backdoors. It's a spot where, like, I bet the ace-8 on the flop he's actually going to call with obviously some better hands, but a lot of worse hands as well. And this is a spot I actually like to go for a check on turn. We can check call like basically any size bet with a nut flush draw. We got a lot of equity. We're ahead of like every single one of his bluffs that would bet turn, because I don't think he ever goes for you know, a bluff with like an ace-10 or something. And then we got this flush on river, and so there's two pair on board. That's an issue. I'm going to go for a check here. Now, I think we can just like happily get a bet in with the ace-8. Like, I could either go for a value bet, or I could check and see if he bets, and then just like I'll go for the check call most of the time. Honestly, I even think I'm supposed to do it against that. This just seems like a really appropriate size for him to take. You could have like some smaller stuff too, but like anytime you have a king that slow plays, anytime you have a 3, like why wouldn't you just go absolutely bonkers? So I think this is just supposed to be a call, but you know, he's chosen a size that puts us in a tough spot. King is good. And yeah, so the idea here on the river is, you know, when we go for the check, I mean, heck of a lot of check calling, of course. And the table breaks since the shorty left. But we get into a situation where, like with the flush, I can choose to go for a bet, I can choose to go for a check. I think when I have the ace in hand, I like to go for a few more checks. I don't know what the heck this is. Not really respecting the min bets much, but I mean, I have equity here. Okay.